guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to make a video for manifesting multiple things at once. I've been getting a lot of questions about this, and manifesting multiple things is something that I do every single day because I'm impatient and I'm an Aries. If you didn't know, like, I know what I want and I want what I want right now. It's kind of gets to be a little bit much, but so yeah, I'm always manifesting multiple things, so I wanted to help you guys out. So first of all, the main question that I get is, can you manifest multiple things at once? You absolutely can. Like I said myself, but I mean, I think most other people are usually manifesting multiple things at once, because I'll manifest for like different areas of my life. Like maybe I'm manifesting like just in like health and wellness and like money and school and YouTube and you know, stuff like that. So I cover all different areas. The main thing that I would say though to start off is that if you feel like you're going to be overwhelmed by it, then don't do it. Like it's not worth you stressing about. You're going to get your manifestations regardless. So if you try to manifest multiple things at once and you find that it's not working, or you find that, not that it's not working, but that like literally for your mind it's not working, like it's overwhelming to you, like it's getting to be too much, then don't worry about it. I've also had people ask, like, should I be manifesting multiple things at different times throughout the day? I honestly, so I think what I've said is basically what I do is like I have like a mini list on my phone of like a whole like affirmation bank for different things, like again, different areas of my life where I'm trying to manifest things. So I'll look at those like maybe in the morning or at night, but throughout the day I'll just confirm whatever comes to my mind. If it's, you know, about losing weight, then I'll be like, oh, I feel lighter every day. Whatever it is, like I don't make it like a regimented, like, okay, you know, at noon I'm manifesting money and at 2 p.m. I'm, you know, like I'm not doing it in that way. It's just whatever flows to me. I use like kind of that philosophy with affirmations in general. Like as far as what I've told you guys, again, I've made an affirmations video where I've talked just about how to use affirmations and like how they work and all that. So, but I just find that whatever works for you works for you. But if you're telling yourself, oh, I need to do things a certain way, I need to say things a certain way, I need to, you know, write this down, or I need to say it out loud in order for it to work, those are all just thoughts that you're putting in your head. Those are assumptions that you're putting in your head. And so if you stray from that, then it won't work because you've already told yourself that it wouldn't if you did it a different way. So just do what works for you, find what works for you. And especially when you're newer to manifesting too, it's going to take a minute to find what works for you. Like obviously what works for me, as far as, again, I have like a list that I kind of will just read through. That doesn't work for everybody, because that's another thing. I get a lot of comments like, I thought you were only supposed to say like two affirmations or 3 affirmations or whatever. Again, of course that's recommended, because if you're just starting out, it could be very overwhelming. Like if you're trying to do multiple things, because then you might get caught up in, oh, well, you know, I manifested this and I'm kind of seeing movement over here, but what about over here? And you know, it turns into a whole thing. So I know that I can do that because it works for me. I've been manifesting for a while now and I don't get caught up in that kind of stuff. So it's fine with me. I'm not worried about any of that, any of how it works. But yeah, again, if that's something that's going to be overwhelming to you, or let's say you try it out and it comes to be overwhelming to you, you find yourself wondering, I guess, just the progress of different things, and it becomes too much in that way, then scale it back. You know, and then at that point, you maybe just have to prioritize it. What is it that you want the most right now? And go from there. And what I've even told people too is like maybe one day you focus on affirming for one thing and the next day you focus on affirming on something else, you know, in like a different area of your life. It's just finding your rhythm and finding what works for you and what works for you mentally. Because again, the main thing with manifestation is it's not about how often you do it. It is, but it's not. But I just mean it's not like you have to say it 30 times a day, you have to write it 30 times a day. Like it's not, the success in your manifestations is not based on stuff like that. It's based on your mindset. So if it comes to be too much and you find yourself doubting different things, then of course your manifestations aren't going to come because you're doubting it. So you are affirming that it's not going to come. But if you find that it's easy to manage multiple things, great. If it's not, great. If it gets to be like, again, some sort of compromise where you're doing one manifestation one day, something else the next day, that's fine. Just play around with what works for you. And yeah, the main thing I would try to do every day though is say or think or whatever, like one self-concept affirmation. Even if that affirmation is just, I'm so great at manifesting, cool. But I would try to incorporate that, if anything, into like your everyday. And again, it's not like it has to be like, this isn't supposed to take up a ton of your time. Like, it's not like you're supposed to spend like hours writing affirmations or saying affirmations or whatever. Again, if that's what works for you, I'm not gonna knock it. Like, if that is working for you and you've had success from that, then keep doing that, because that is what works for you. Doesn't work for me, doesn't mean that it doesn't work. So do what you're comfortable with, do what makes you feel secure in your affirmations. But yeah, if your method or your approach is different than other people's, as long as you have the same healthy mindset of knowing that you're getting your manifestations, the rest of it just kind of all falls into place in whatever way you feel best about it. So again, if you want to write your affirmations, go ahead. If you want to say them, go ahead. If you just want to read them in your head, like I do most of the time, go ahead. It's totally fine. But yeah, so just know that, also just don't feel pressure to manifest multiple things at once. Again, if you want to, which I think is the main thing, like most people want to, because there's rarely just one thing that you really want to manifest. Like, I feel like usually there's multiple things. So, you know, but if it is overwhelming for you, don't feel bad about that, or don't feel like, oh my God, I'm such a bad manifestor, I can't manifest multiple things at once. Again, those are thoughts and assumptions that you're putting into your head that are going to stop you from getting your manifestation, because that's the whole thing, is it's your mindset, it's your thoughts, so that's not going to be helpful to you. Yeah, so don't get caught up in that. Just focus on what works for you, what makes you feel good, and yeah, as long as you're affirming for your affirmations, you're affirming for your manifestations, you're going to be fine. So if that means that you flip-flop, alternate days, so be it. But just find out what works for you. Don't feel bad about what works for you or what doesn't work out. You just have to play around with it. Manifestation is not it's hard, because I feel like a lot of law of attraction coaches make it seem like you have to do things a certain way. Like, oh, you have to write this down 75 times in a blue pen. If it's not that, it doesn't work. Like, that's bullshit. Like, literally, like, that does not make any sense, because it's all in your head. It's all in your mindset. It's all in your thoughts. So whatever way calls to you, whatever way feels good to you, because sometimes, you know, like, you just affirm and it's like, oh, that was kind of cool, I guess. But then other times you just really feel locked in, you know, whatever that is. Like, a lot of times I'll just say, so yeah, basically, like, I have little affirmations that I'll just think throughout the day, but like maybe a few times a week I'll just go through like my little list in my notes app, and I'll put like a manifestation frequency in the background. Like, I'll literally just go on YouTube and search like manifestation frequency, and I'll play that in the background, and I'll read them out loud, or like read them to myself, you know, like yeah. And I've found that works for me. I don't need to say this whole list of affirmations every day. I have it on hand and I'll look at it if I'm feeling not discouraged, but if I'm just like, oh, maybe I feel a little bit out of touch with my manifestations, let me take a glance at my list and kind of like reacquaint myself. But for the most part, I have a few affirmations that I think throughout the day, and that's pretty much it. Again, just don't overcomplicate these things. If you can manifest multiple things, great. If you can't, great. Again, if it's something in the middle, if there's some sort of compromise that you need to make in order to make it make sense to your mind, by all means do that. There's no right or wrong way. Well, there are definitely wrong ways to affirm your manifestations, but I just mean for the most part, it's not like it's like this way or no way. Like, there's really a lot of leeway with how you carry out, like how you execute your affirmations, if that makes sense. But yeah, those are the main like points though. So if there's anything else that you have been wondering about as far as like manifesting multiple things, definitely let me know. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Do not forget that I am offering one-on-one coaching now. Link is in my description, and it's on my page too. It's through Patreon, so that's what the Patreon link is. Yeah, but I am so happy to be able Oh my god, I'm so happy to be able to help you guys with another video. I hope that it helped. I hope that you enjoyed it. Please subscribe if you haven't already so I can continue to keep helping you along your manifestation journey. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.